usual daily chatter with you all. Hope you're all having a good day. Mine's not been that bad really. I'll just wait a little while for people to start turning up, as they do. That's it, we're all set up and ready to go. So that's 30 seconds and just waiting for some connectors, as they say. It's quite a cold day here where I am at the moment. I think the temperature's starting to drop into single figures now. I wonder how it is with you guys. Hey, oh, we got one person turned up already. Who are you? Identify yourself. Say hello and let's have a good old chat. Can you hear me all right? Is everything all right in the back row there, as they say, in the big old theatres and everything? It'd be good to see you. There's a second person now as well. It takes a good minute before people come in. Welsh 32, hello, how are you? Neats, hi Andy, freezing out. Yeah, it's quite cold now, getting to that time of year. The British Reactor 2 says hi, hello to you. Thank you for joining me. I'll tell you, I've had one of those days so far, and we're only halfway through it. I've just had a couple of unexpected episodes with a couple of bits of news that I really could have done without, with people. It's one of those days, unfortunately. How's your day going? Hope it's better than mine. I did all my content this morning. Anna Perkins, hello. Sunny down on the south coast, but getting chilly every day. Yes, it's certainly getting that way. Sometimes you get the blue sky, don't you? And it's a bit deceptive because the air temperature is really chilly and it can get quite cold. Hi Andy, how are you doing today? I'm fine, Angela Dallimore, thank you for joining. Nice of you to stop by again and say hi. I try and do these daily live streams about this time. Mind you, I've had a quieter week because of my car, and there might be some slight variation on it in the next few days, but I'll try and give you fair warning. I mean, tomorrow there'll be a little bit of a difference as well. Welsh 32, anyone famous been in your taxi? Oh, that's one I've had before. The only person I've had in my cab that's been on the telly is a guy called Ben Mills, and he was one of the X Factor contestants. I think the year Leona Lewis won it. So we're going back a few years, and he actually lived round the corner from me. That's about as famous as it gets, I'm afraid. Afternoon, Sharon. Sharon Shooter, hope you're well. Thank you for joining. I've seen famous people at the airport, though. I've seen Cliff Richard. I had to look twice before I realised it was him. And I also saw Ricky Gervais one time. And it was confirmed with both of them because I actually saw pictures of them sitting on planes and being somewhere else. So, yeah, quite interesting. And also once I was at Clackett Lane Services just having some food in between jobs. And Sally Gunnell, remember her, the 400-metre hurdle athlete, was sitting on a table not far from where I was. And I messaged her on her Twitter later and asked her if that was her. And she confirmed it was. Well, she just gave the video a like, the comment a like, basically, which confirmed to me that was her. We've got a few more people joining now. Hello to you all, those of you that have just popped on. Hope you're well where you are. What part of the world are you all in? England, the US? Which part? What's the weather like? Talk to me, people. Let me know how things are in your neck of the woods. I'm actually in my Mercedes today. You can see behind me in the picture because my wife has just got home from work herself and having a nice cup of tea, and I banished myself to out here so I could have a conversation with you fine people. My actual minibus, my usual car that I drive, is in the shop today getting repaired. And Mark L, hi Andy, hello to you Mark, thank you for joining, hope you're well. And everything's tickety-boo where you are. Yeah, it's getting repaired, shall we say. These taxis have to have a couple of tests every now and again. Savage Media, £5 super chat. That's wonderful. Coffee later. Catch you soon. Out filming for a news network. Thank you very much, Savage Media. Where's that pub you got me last time? That was the best super chat I've ever had. I'm in Lancashire. Where are you at, Andy? I'm in Margate, down in the southeast tip of England. If you go as far southeast you can go, and the little pimple on the end there, that's Margate. That's where I am right now. John Redmond, cold wind. Yes, I bet. Where are you, John? Where's your part of the world? And, Nancy McGee's just popped in. Hello to you. I hope you're well. And everything's tickety-boo with your day. Well, I've had an interesting morning. Who's this? Welsh 32. Many years back, I saw Michael Foot walking past government building. I was doing security. My God, that does go back a few years, doesn't it? That's not a name I've heard mentioned in the news or anywhere else for a long, long time. Yeah, this morning I got a letter through the post from a company called Parking Eye. For those of you that don't know, Parking Eye are one of these leeches that try and issue fines for parking contraventions on their sites, and they can be a bit of a pain in the bum. Savage Media, my son's pub is closed for 2 days for new bar fit out. Bye for now, mate. See you later, Savage Media. Thank you for joining, and the £5 super chat in the tin. Yeah, it's I dropped somebody off at a hotel at Stansted Airport one time, and I was there for 8 minutes of all. I literally dropped the passengers off and drove off and didn't think anything of it. And what happened after that, I got a ticket through. And what's Anna Perkins saying? My dad had the shock of his life when he walked past Arthur Scargill at a Labour conference in Brighton. Gave him a very nasty turn. Yeah, my father, as I've said many times, is a retired police officer. And he got caught up in the miners' strikes in the early 80s. When my mother and father split up, my dad had to replace some of the things that, me and my mum left with. And he points round and he goes, Arthur Scargill paid for that. Arthur Scargill paid for that, and so on and so on and so on. Yeah, back to the thing about the parking ticket. Well, I decided to ignore it, didn't I, on advice. And I've just got a rather shitty letter through the post saying, pay our fine or we'll take you to court. And when I've Googled Parking Eye, they're actually one of these that will take you to court. So I have formulated a letter with the help of Martin Lewis and one of his templates. And I told them to put that in their pipe where they can smoke it. Richard Void, naughty boy. Yes, slappy wrist for me. Hi, Andy. Snow on the way for Saturday, I hear. That's from Harry Harlow. Yeah, I've got a friend, Dave, who's really, really into the weather. He always looks at the forecast models and everything else, and he told me that. I hope not, for driving's sake, but usually he's quite accurate. Good afternoon, Andy, and everyone in the chat. That's from Terry Waite. Good afternoon to you, Terry. Neats, I'm from Kerry in Southern Ireland. Snow on the way for here too. John Redmond, Colchester, bright but cold wind. I've got a head in that neck of the woods tomorrow night. I'm actually going to Stansted Airport, so a little bit down the road from you. I've got to go and pick somebody up. Angela Dallimore, I talked and shook hands with Margaret Thatcher. She was just leaving her helicopter. Oh wow, when was that? I'm assuming in the 80s at some point when she was the PM. Anyway, we've got content coming out later today from 6 o'clock onwards, and there's a little bit more updated news about what's going on in the channel and what the French are up to, or rather what they're not up to. There was somebody that pointed out a very tragic story about a couple down in Somerset and what happened to them all over a parking space, and I'd bring you a little bit of news and opinion about that. We see some panic management in the press again, where they're trying to work us from behind and wind us up. And you get my advice on that. And I saw a thing about a lady that was a bit of a naughty girl, and got a fine, you know, in the courts in order to pay back a load of money. And the way the justice system works, it was no justice at all. I couldn't believe what I was reading there. And there's another one that I'll bring you a bit later as well, about an experiment in wokeness that they carried out on some college students in California, which did make me chuckle. You know, sometimes these woke brigade, I feel like they just chuckle this rubbish and nonsense out. Just this experiment proved it, which we'll find out later. Angela Dallimore, it was at Haitian power station you saw Margaret Thatcher. Oh, okay. Well, these prime ministers get around everywhere, don't they? Just look at Boris. Good old fumbly man he is. Who else have we got in the chat now? We've got 31 people joined us, so if you're new here, welcome. I hope you've subscribed to the channel. We're growing very, very, very fast now. It's unbelievable. Thumbs up the stream, please, folks. I'm off. Have a great day. Yeah, thanks for that, Savage Media. Please give the stream a thumbs up, because you see, this YouTube algorithm has a personality all of its own and an ego to match, and it needs tickling every now and again. And if you can tickle its ego for me by hitting the like button, that would be great. It does help the channel grow and help things progress. Terry Waite's another one that said the same thing. I appreciate the support and the YouTube knowledge there. That's marvellous. Do appreciate it. Anna Perkins, what do you think about the Tavistock benchmark that if you don't like pink ribbons and or dollies, you must be transgender? This is extreme dystopia. Okay. If you don't like pink ribbons and or dollies, you must be transgender. I like pink ribbons and I think dollies are cute. What difference does it make? This world has gone absolutely crazy with some of the stuff that are coming out. It's all far left nonsense, isn't it? And you read the papers every day and there's stuff like that. It's, yeah, extreme dystopia. It's quite a polite way of putting it. Have you still got the motorbike, Andy? I'm thinking of getting into the bikes. Dion, I've never owned a motorbike. I'm not quite sure where that comes from. I've got a push bike in the garage, if that's any good. I actually tried riding a moped once, and that didn't work out quite well. Just a sound check, everybody. Is everybody hearing me okay? If you can give me some kind of indication in the chat stream, that'd be good. I try and do these from the same location. Hi Andy, I saw Daddy kissing Santa. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I saw Belfield and a couple of others had done a thing on that. Daddy kissing Santa Claus. I thought I'm not going there. Christ. Yeah, we're getting all thumbs up and yes and goods from the sound check. That's excellent. The only reason I ask, I did a live stream the other day from a slightly different location, and apparently my voice sounded, exterminate, you know, like that. It's ridiculous. Andy, do you think the migrant crisis is linked to the Calgary plan? Very possibly. There's something sniffy going on. There really is. It's like a mass relocation of populace, isn't it? There's something very, very sus about this. And the thing is, and let's be truthful about it, it's been going on for years. It's just got worse and worse and worse. It's like it's sneaked up on us, isn't it? And it's mad. I mean, I have to mention those poor buggers that died in the channel yesterday. I know what people think about them coming over, but at the end of the day, a lot of people died in a craft that wasn't fit for purpose. And for what? It still keeps coming. £5 from last orders, please. Andy, Dad text, we are closed till Saturday for a beer line refit. You'll be back on the big screen soon, pal. Thanks, last orders, please. I appreciate that and everything you did the other day. Please as well get that footage over to me if you manage to record something, and I shall get you on the channel and get you a bit of publicity as well. I appreciate that. That's really nice. Mike Alligators, keep up the good work. It's wonderful of you to say. I do try every day just to speak the truth as I see it, and you either agree or you disagree. That's what makes the world go round. We all have an opinion. They play a long waiting game, these elites. Yes, you're dead right there. One of the things I was often taught as I was brought up was, if anybody wrongs you, don't react straight away. Wait. Wait and wait and wait until they think they've got their own way, and then you strike and make sure that the unjust thing that happened to you, they're held to account for it. And maybe the elite take this approach as well, and they wait and wait and wait and wait and think that we won't notice what they're up to. Well, in fact, we do. There's more of us waking up on a daily basis, and then they'll strike. What's the mileage on the Mercedes, Andy? Dion asks. They can go to the moon and back. Mine's on 145,000 miles at the moment, which is quite young for a Mercedes E-Class. It's just about broken in. This girl's about 13 years old, so very reasonable mileage indeed. It would have gone up a lot higher, but I bought this car around February, March 2020, and then we had the pandemic, and obviously all the airport business closed and everything, so I didn't have anywhere near as much work on as I normally would have done. Otherwise it would have been a hell of a lot more. And my Tornio I bought's got a nice lump of mileage on it as well. But at the end of the day with cars, they're as good as the servicing, aren't they? If you keep them regularly serviced, they'll last forever. If you don't, they will break quickly. Mike Alligators, that's life on how it's supposed to work. Yeah, too true. John Redmond, sound okay. Last orders, please. Got footage. We'll send later once doctorate. Lots of swearing in the background. Real manic pub. Yeah, who's that fucking Gabby on the screen? I can imagine it. Brilliant. But yeah, all good. Dion Jones, it's lovely, Andy. Old Mercedes drives so nice. Yeah. I mean, this was perfect, this one. I had an accident in a people carrier at the beginning of 2020. Quite nasty, actually. Factual Breakdown's here. Hello, you made it. Hope you walked the dog okay. Factual Breakdown, and everything's nice weather-wise where you are, and your day's starting off well. No doubt we'll talk later. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving as well to our American friends over there. Yeah, back to the story with the car. I had an accident, and I ended up with this car, and it was used as a taxi until fairly recently when the other people carrier came up. But that accident was quite something. I'm actually still fighting with them about the compensation side of things, because they paid out for something, and they didn't pay out for another thing, and I was having none of it. So I said, take them to court, please. Thank you very much. And that hearing's on the 29th of this month. So after nearly 2 years after the event, hopefully everything will be sorted out. I shall be quite a happy man if that ends up the case. Factual Breakdown says the Mercedes is my favourite car. I must admit the difference between the Tornio and the Mercedes. I mean, in here I've got automatic, I've got cruise control and a few other toys, and it's quite a comfortable drive, really. And the Tornio has got cruise control on it, but it's manual with pedals and all the rest of it, and it's a bit of a difference. That's the only thing I miss about driving a Mercedes. A little bit of the automation makes the long journeys comfortable. We've got nearly 50 people in the chat now, actually tuned into the stream. Welcome if you've just come here. I appreciate you stopping by. I'm going to try and do this daily from now on. It will be slightly different times. Lake Lizard, hey all. Hello to you, Lake Lizard. Hope you're doing well where you are. And all the best to you. Let us know what the weather's doing in your part of the woods. It's bloody freezing here in the UK, where I'm sat on my driveway in my car talking to you fine people. Yeah. Where are we? Hi, Andy. How's the diet going? Trisha Southgate asks. Yeah, it's getting there. I found a guy called Tim Ferriss who wrote quite a good book on dieting, and there's one called the slow carb diet, where you eat certain types of meat and certain types of vegetables, and you stick to the same things 6 days a week, and then on the 7th day you Andy, big shout out please to DS Contractors from Romford, Essex, who do the refit. DS Contractors, can you hear me? This is a big shout out to you. You are fitting out my favourite pub in Manchester right now. I hope you lads are okay and doing right by them, and everything's good with you. All the best to you. Yeah, the slow carb diet, you eat sensibly for 6 days, and you know, it's what they call corniferous vegetables, I think, and it's all greens and stuff like that with high protein, and you can eat eggs as well, and you eat similar things for 6 days, and then on the 7th day you pig out like crazy. You can guzzle beer, you can eat bread and pizza, anything you like, your guilty pleasure, and then on the next cycle you start again for another 6 days. That's how it works. This is my 3rd week on it, and I lost 11 pounds in the first 2 weeks, so it's very, very effective indeed, and I'd recommend it to anybody. Yeah, the comedy diet. Eat all you like, but don't swallow. Ooh, too late. Love it. Andy, are you doing these pop-ups as well as your new live streams? Yes, basically. I discovered this quite by accident. I had a walk on the Saturday just gone up to my son's football match, and I put a new piece of software on my phone called Streamlabs, and I wanted to test it out and see how we were doing with it. And all of a sudden 50 people started watching me walking up the road, and I thought, my God, there might be something in this. $5 super chat from Factual Breakdown. Thank you, Factual Breakdown. Shouting out to Duty Ron, Police Off the Cuff and Allegedly Guilty, who all love the Gabby Cabby. Well, I love them as well, all of them. I think they're brilliant. Yeah, speaking of Police Off the Cuff, I did a video shout out to Bill Cannon's wife. More surgery, which was quite serious, so I know she appreciated the shout out that I did for her once before, and wanted to do the same thing again, just to try and cheer her up and lift her spirits, and I understand she was quite touched. So let's spare a thought for Mrs. Cannon and hope she pulled through the surgery okay, and I'm sure Bill will update us all when there's something to say. Duck the System. Hi Andy, I tried to message you all regarding the energy crisis. I work for Utility Warehouse. Can I have a shout out? Yep, Duck the System. You can have a shout out with Utility Warehouse. Do you actually work at their head office, or are you one of the agents that goes door to door? I know how it works. I tried it myself a few years back. Hi Andy, I'm glad you stopped your phone moving around. I found a way of doing it, so that's good, because you get the old arm shake after a while. My daily videos might still shake a tiny bit, but I found a way of stabilising these. Duck the System says he's an agent. How is it these days? I hope it's all good. Factual Breakdown. Joe and Angie recorded a Thanksgiving message, and had Mrs. C not fared well, I believed I'd have seen it in his face. Okay, well, hopefully she's all right. Angela Dallimore, prayers, love, healing blessings sent to Mrs. Cannon for a speedy recovery. Factual Breakdown, I've got that covered. Andy, yeah, I know you have. I found a temporary measure in the meantime, because when you stand there like this for ages, for 20 or 30 minutes or more talking, you start getting the shakes and the video footage goes. But see, I'm hands-free now. That's both of them. Now that's Ricky, says afternoon Andy. Afternoon to you as well. Hope you're doing well. And again, welcome to everybody that's joined the chat. And it's nice to see you all. Don't forget, if you're regular viewers, please hit the like button on the stream. It helps tickle the old YouTube algorithms fancy. Helps out the channel as well. Duck the System. This company saved me loads of money and they're great. I'm assuming you mean Utilities Warehouse. Andy, can I post a link to COOF19 link? Yeah, by all means, go for it. Factual breakdown. You have a couple of not so secret Santas this year. I know I do, and I think they have American accents. Honesty and truth. Pretty pathetic constituents need to demand her resignation after dinghy divers drowned. Yeah, as I saw in a video earlier, she's got blood on her hands. So's Macron, and so's Boris. It's disgusting. And all the platitudes that I see on the television, absolutely unacceptable. It just doesn't work. I will comment more on that in a video later on, which I pre-recorded for you. Duck the system. I just want to help people, including me. Laugh out loud from Susie G. Let's go Macron. Yeah, it's a bit like saying go Brandon, isn't it? I know what that means. They're rounding up the Aussie Aboriginal people and interring them, Steve Miles says. Yeah, I've seen a couple of little snippets of footage from down under, and it's very, very disturbing, to be honest, to me, what's going on. Somebody asked me a question about the live streams earlier. I won't be doing this daily pop-in tomorrow because I've got a live stream scheduled for 5 o'clock, which is my weekly Ask Me Anything live stream, and I started off doing that, and I found that these seem to be taking off as well. So the question is, do I continue with the Ask Me Anything live streams as well once a week, or do I just do these dailies? I'm quite happy to do both, however it works. $10 from Factual Breakdown. I'd like to buy an older gent who may be alone at last call a pint. Thanks for the $10 super chat, Factual Breakdown. Yeah, very generous as always. I appreciate it. Duck the system. I've got my taxi test on the 17th of December. Any top tips? Is that your knowledge test? Duck the system. Let me know. Trisha Southgate. Andy, my husband knows when he's back on his diet, he gets lettuce in his cheese sandwiches. Yeah, I couldn't get on with lettuce. It doesn't kind of sit well with me. A driving test up the system. Where are you actually trying to get licensed at? Because it's slightly different, you know, in everywhere we go. I mean, the actual initial licensing requirements where I'm licensed by are a lot stricter than they used to be. A lot stricter. South Devon. Oh, okay. Yeah, we don't have a driving test here. I mean, I'll tell you what I had to do 10 years ago. I had to do a knowledge test. I had to have a medical, a DBS check, and I think there was something else. I can't quite remember now because it was all that time ago. But every 3 years, I just have to renew my medical, renew my DBS check and pay a fee, and that's it. But new drivers here now, they have to do a knowledge test, an English and maths test. There's an ambassadorship test that they call it to show, you know, you're knowledgeable about the local area and various other things as well. But I haven't heard of a driving test yet. I mean, all I would say is just treat it like your driving test when you were a kid. Just nice and steady, nice and slowly, look in the mirrors in all the right places and don't drive like a Burke. I can't really say any more than that. Now that's Richie, says to Factual Breakdown, having the old kung flu apparently. Angela Dallimore, hydrate. Yeah, on this diet that I'm on, it says drink lots and lots and lots and lots of water, which I do. It's good for you, but the problem is when you've got a 100-mile trip to do to go and get someone from the airport, yeah, not good. Factual Breakdown, honestly, I don't give a crap what they do here in America. I will not be... that's your opinion, and it should be respected. Everybody has that opinion. Last orders, please. £10 super chat. Thank you very much for that. Buy Andy a beer from the Manchester Brewers. I think I will set up a collection box on the bar. Thank you for that. Last orders, please. I really appreciate all the generous support that's coming from your direction. I really do. Including the Manchester Brewers. Hello! Duck the system. Have you looked at Dr. Burge and intermittent fasting? I did look at intermittent fasting, and I've got a customer that does it and swears by it, but I couldn't. No, I just couldn't bring myself to do it. It just felt to me like I was depriving myself of the joy of food, and then I couldn't bring myself round to do it, really, which is why I went down the route I had, which seems to work. Duck the system. Oh, I believe it will work. I do believe it, and it's a diet that will suit. I'll have a look into it some more. I mean, I'll be honest with everybody. I'm 4 stone overweight, and the simple reason is I eat too much, I drink too much, and I sit on my ass for a living. It's as simple as that. And every now and again, you look at yourself in the mirror and you think, no. Factual breakdown. Manchester Brewers become Andy's go-to place and watch those gifts pour in. Yeah, definitely. I do appreciate all the support. No. You are presently depriving yourself of good health. I know that the system. I'm an idiot to myself. Hence, I've, started to do something about it. Steve Miles, I'm on a seafood diet. Yeah, is that the one where you seafood and you eat it? I know that one. We think you look lovely, a genuine family man. Yeah, that's all I am at the end of the day. A genuine family man. I've got a wife and 2 kids who I work hard to support, and that's it. That's me at the end of the day. Last orders, please. What beer do you enjoy, and where can I get a Manchester Brewers gift pack sent? Email me, and we'll talk about that. That's fine. Beer, I drink a lot more cider, really. I'm not really a beer connoisseur anymore. I used to just drink stuff like Stella and Foster's, typical over-the-counter stuff, really. Marie Green, hello Andy. Hello Marie, hope you're well. And everything's good where you are. Welcome to the chat. I'll tell you the amazing thing about these daily chats. I mean, I've been on here for 32 minutes just talking to you. And it's incredible how fast the time goes, and I'm loving every minute. Duck the system. They must be very proud of you. You're doing great things, spreading the word of what's going on. Well, somebody asked a question tomorrow. Why did I start YouTube? And I literally did it because my business fell on its arse. Thanks, last orders, please. contact@andygifford.online, and you'll see that email in the description if you haven't already got it. I started the YouTube thing because my business collapsed when the holiday industry fell on its knees, and I wanted a way of expressing my frustration, somewhere to talk to and give my opinion about things, even if no one was listening. So I fled to YouTube, and look what's happened. We're getting somewhere near 21,000 subscribers, and it's just rocketing up. It's incredible. I'm overwhelmed sometimes. Well, I used to be overwhelmed a lot with all the attention and how fast it was happening, but it's I'm kind of getting my head around it now and start asking myself some questions about what's going to happen in the future with the family and everything that perhaps I couldn't answer before. Marie Green says that she loves Baileys. My mother-in-law loves that. She really does. I think they did a strawberry Baileys one year, which we got her a bottle of, and it didn't work very long. Factual breakdown. I thank God I found you, Andy. I've been around a bit now, and I'm not going anywhere. Well, I thank God I found you as well. That's a beautiful thing, it brings us all together no matter where we are in the world, doesn't it? It's a really good thing, and we can have a chat, and it's more of a community than anything else. Just so you know, with the content later today, comes out at 6, a little bit more about the French, something about a nasty incident that happened down Somerset Way. It appears the press are trying to make us all panic again. and you would do best to ignore them. A little bit about the justice system, and a little bit about wokery gone wrong, which highly amused me. Hi Andy, we're all looking for community in a modern world. That's very atomised. Factual breakdown, talking to Marie Green. I make my own homemade Irish cream and bottle it. It's wonderful. Richard Void, knock knock, who's there? Lucinda Sweden, cool man from Redneck Firebird, cool man from, how do you say that? Rugly. I apologise if I get the pronunciation wrong. Sometimes I do. Chrissy Williams, hi Andy and everyone in the chat. I'm late, been busy. That's cool. I just pop up every now and again, you know, and you join if you can. Andy the Gabby Cabby, Richard Void says. Andy the Gabby Cabby who? I'm waiting for the punchline. Utilities Warehouse is not going anywhere. To all those whole energy companies are going down, contact me for a price. God loves a trier, he must love me, ha 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 ha. Yeah, duck the system, they're all dropping like flies, aren't they? We were with Avro Energy at my house, and we got shifted over to Octopus. And I haven't really been with them long enough yet to work out whether I like them or not. Factual breakdown, I'll only mention the Lamley once, but as they are due for you-know-who, we need to do better for... I appreciate that. David Laslett. Hi, Andy. Hi, Dave. David Laslett is he's my best friend, really. I'm glad he's popped up there. So everybody say hello to Dave. I've some Christmas lights. Mike Alligators, I think that yourself and Belfield are absolutely fantastic. I look forward to seeing both your videos on live streams. Yeah, I like that. Thank you, Mike. I really appreciate the support. You know, I don't do what he does. I'm just straight talking me in a cab. And at least you get the two extremes, don't you? You get sensible me, and you can go over and check out Alex too if you so desire. That's the thing with YouTube. There's so many what's the word, channels that you can use. And I noticed somebody who's just become a channel member. I appreciate you doing that. I really do. It's only £1 a month, and you just get a little badge next to your name, and just shows a bit of appreciation, really. Makes you stick out in the comments, and I try and get to you if I can. I'm looking at maybe introducing other membership models, but it's knowing what to do. Duck the system, we're better than Octopus. Come on, you know about Utilities Warehouse, give me a ring. I've got to get back to the cold soon, door knocking and receiving such suspicious looks. Do you have anybody in your team, or is it just you door knocking? Sharon Shooter, love Alex and you, Andy. Love you more, Sharon. I appreciate it. Last orders, please. I only wanted the badge. Yeah, Dave, factual breakdown. I'll tell you her real name later, but she's absolutely brilliant. My friend from America, her and her daughter, they're a very, very big support to the channel. Duck the System's on his own today. Marie Green says, is there anyone you would love to pick up, Andy, and famous to have a chinwag? Yeah, YouTube-wise, I want to get to meet up with the police off the cuff, Duty Ron and allegedly guilty at some point in the future, because I feel like there's a good connection there, and I want to shake hands with them all and have a few beers, either in this country or theirs, however it happens. But we've got to wait for the old Kung Flu nonsense to get rid. But I don't really go for anyone famous. Yeah. Factual breakdowns just disclosed her name on here, and I'll let you read that. I wouldn't go for anyone completely famous, because I just want real people. I mean, I love it when a military veteran gets in the car. I can talk to them for hours. particularly the stories they have. Chrissy Williams, have you got any pets, Andy? I've got fish. My little boy wanted some goldfish, so we've got those. And I keep having to remember to feed them every day and clean them out. And that's Dad's responsibility, although me and Mum both do it as well. But we've always had dogs and cats in our family too. Andy, I guarantee you that Joe Murray will be across the pond first, followed by the Cannons and possibly me and Shannon Lee if we're able to swing it. Yes, I look forward to it. And I happen to know a good airport taxi driver that could pick you up as well. I wonder who that is. Marie Green, thanks, Andy. You're welcome. Mally Simpson, what do you think of auditors and trolls? They're the one and the same, aren't they? You know, auditors, I get what they're trying to do. I really do. In their own way, they're trying to expose, you know, wrongdoing, but it's the way they're doing it. You know, walk up and stick a camera in somebody's face, and it's just not nice. And as for trolls, I think they're just sad, jealous people a lot of the time with a big gob and no courage. I've already had a problem with trolls here. They've someone somewhere found out where I live, and me and my neighbours have had some interesting stuff through the post. That's all we shall say. But let's just say I'm one of these that makes a very quiet mental note of goings on, and I will sit on it until such a time as I choose to act. And at this point in time, I'm not very alarmed at all, to be honest. In fact, I've only mentioned it because you asked. But I was warned right back at the beginning of all this that kind of thing would happen. You either have to accept it or stop. You know, simple as that. Andy, have you fixed your back garden? You showed it once. Back garden's okay. Needs a bit of a tidy up, which we tend to do before the winter sets in. But it's okay. Yeah, Molly Simpson, exactly, mate. Alex deals with them goons, brilliant. I did, yeah, a little while ago, I did have cause to communicate with him about a problem, and the advice he gave me was really quite profound, to be honest, and I appreciated the time and his words. So I figured he's got more experience with this than I have, and I've taken his advice on it. Basically, it's ignore, they're jealous. That's it, done. Julie Keys, hi Andy, keep doing what you're doing. I do try. Yeah, Duck the System makes a valid point. If you're here, please hit the like button if you haven't done so already. Let's get this live stream a bit of traction with the old YouTube algorithm. Signal the sports stars collapsing. There's loads from Bath North East. I wonder why. Say no more. Andy's channel is entirely different from, yeah, with the only one thing in common, the trolling. Yeah, as I said, trolling is something that we have to accept. You stick your head above the parapet and put yourself in the public eye, you're going to get trolled. There's no two ways about it. It's just a fact of life. And I spoke to my wife about this the other day, and I said to her, they're not going to stop me. They won't. They can't. It's too far now. I'm going to keep going. And her reply was, good. And I will keep going. And I won't stop, because this is growing and growing and growing. And as I've repeatedly said, I love every minute. How does your wife feel about you doing YouTube, Marie Green asks. Well, I'm not sure whether she quite understands it yet, because my, you know, she could walk out the front door now and see me sitting in my car talking to a phone. But I try and involve her and show her the channel views and what could potentially happen to us as a family if it keeps going. And let's just say I'm starting to make a few quid, and I could, you know, I could see that she's beginning to realise that there's something to this, and I think she's quite pleased that there's a possibility that it could change our lives. It really could, and I look forward to more comfortable times. Factual breakdown. Duty Ron told me that he has 14 cameras trained on his home. Yeah, I can believe it. I mean, something I may have to consider for my home. Stand by, Andy. This rocket is about to take off, and it will. Oh, I'm fully expecting that. Duck the system, such bad grammar, laugh out loud. It happens, doesn't it? It's the old fat finger syndrome where you push the wrong button on the keyboard. That's absolutely fine. Well, we've got nearly 60 people here now. Thank you for joining. If you've only just popped up, welcome to Andy's daily live stream. And if you haven't done so already, hit the like button. There are channel membership options if you want to show your support, and obviously subscribe if you haven't done so. That all helps the channel grow, and I really appreciate all the support, and most of all, I appreciate sitting here talking to you guys. Kim Allison, that's my reply. Don't stop. Tyler Feller has a Christian book out in America called Don't Stop. That's what it's all about. Don't stop. Marie Green, isn't he? The partnership with the NYC cops is amazing. Very helpful both ways. Yeah, those guys are brilliant. Very genuine and nice, and very knowledgeable about their subject, the law, America. And I've actually learned quite a bit from watching them. And again, a shout out to Mrs. Cannon, and let's hope everything's all right. Factual breakdown. Why is my badge yellow and not green? A green badge is when you first sign up as a channel member, and then the longer you're a channel member, the actual colour of the badge changes. I can't remember what colours for the amount of times, but it's time served. Richard Void, have you still got your punch bag in the garage? Yes, I have, Richard, and I do give it a good smack every now and again. Bath North East, I'm in remission for cancer, 17 years, not seen a doc anymore in 2.5 years. Bless you. Was it just a single place, or was it more complicated? You're one of the lucky ones. Big shout out to Bath North East. My stepfather died of cancer. He got it when he was 57, was diagnosed, and was operated on, and he fought for a decade. And I always remember there was one time he had a scan and it had gone everywhere. There was nothing more they could do, and within a few months he was gone. Very, very tragic. And if you're in remission, one of the lucky ones. Let's hope you stay that way. So keep fighting is all I say. Keep fighting, and I hope there's more like you out there as well. You know, that's one of the things about cancer. It's such an awful disease, and it's been with us for years. Why isn't there a cure? Why can't they quite crack it? They can prevent and they can prolong, but they can't quite cure it. I'm okay. It's just no blood work or nothing. Okay. All the best to you again. Factual breakdown. My husband was 4 months, diagnosis to death, brain cancer in his 40s. Oh my God. That's what happened to my stepdad in the end. He ended up with quite a nasty tumour on his brain, about the size of a fist, I was told, so quite large indeed. We first knew about it when he started behaving a little bit weird, and we insisted he got scanned, and that's when we found out. It's quite heartbreaking, but he got his wish in the end. He wanted to go home and have his last days at home, and that's exactly what happened. Anyway, I don't want to talk about that anymore. Brings back memories, but you never forget. Harry Harlow, hi Andy, I email. Okay, I'll check that out. Factual breakdown, same with my husband, brutal. Yeah, it's horrible. My friend David, who's should be in the chat, he's had the same. Lost people. Hi Andy, I emailed Farage to have you on his TV show. I'll be interested to see if you get an answer. or I get anything. We'll see how that goes. I could quite happily talk pints with him. Factual breakdown: the baby is an amazing 16-year-old and she loves Andy. Well, I love you too, Shannon Lee, and I appreciate the support from you and your friends. I appreciate the support from everybody. Who else have we got? Factual, also sorry, bless you, sweetheart. You have amazing children. Factual breakdown: I want Andy to go on police off the cuff, duty Ron and allegedly guilty. Well, let's just watch that space, shall we? I had a nice email off of Bill not so long ago, so we'll see what happens there. Maybe some point in the future, and I look forward to it if it happens. To David Laslett, my old pal Dave, he's like a brother, he is. Top bloke. Yes, my dad, from 3 months of his diagnosis to his death. Yeah, I remember that very well. Factual breakdown: Marie Green, my Shannon Lee is something else, ready to take on the world. Well, you go, girl. You go. Oh God. Yeah, there's some awful news about people's health appearing in the chat now. All I can say is best wishes to all of you. Cosmic War Toad, off work sick, and I just found this. Hi, Cosmic War Toad. All the best to you. Love and prayer. Factual breakdown from Kim Alliston. You're getting a lot of love in the chat, Factual breakdown, because of what you just told us. And Andy, shall Shannon Lee and I send David a special something for Christmas in your care package? Yeah. By all means, dude. I mean, I'm not going to disclose my friend's personal circumstances on YouTube. That's the last thing that I would do. But let's just say that he would appreciate all the love and support that comes from people. He actually goes on YouTube a lot, and he's a moderator for another one of the channels out there. And it's more or less like a lifeline. There you go, Factual breakdown. Dave's just come on and said how kind you are. But yeah, we can get that organised. That's very lovely of you. Me and Dave go, I mean, I've known him since I was 21, so we go back nearly 25 years. Very good friend. He does need the help. Have you done any Christmas buying yet, Andy? I've not even started, Marie Green. We usually leave that until, November and just get it done. One thing I need to know, or I want you to know about Christmas buying, we're getting stuff in the papers about, there's going to be shortage of booze and all this sort of thing. Ignore them. They're trying to work you from behind and scare you and cause an issue and, in effect, ruin our Christmas. Just take it nice and easy. Do what you normally do and we'll all be fine. I can guarantee you. Anyway, we're coming up 54 minutes now, folks. And it's 3 o'clock. So I'm going to have to call it a day because we've got to go and get my little boy from school. Now, one thing I just want to remind you all of, I will not be here at 2 o'clock tomorrow for the daily chat. I will be on at 5 for my Ask Me Anything live stream. Now, what I want to know from you, do you want me to carry on with the Ask Me Anythings as well, or are you just happy with these daily chats? Let me know in the comments on the actual stream when it ends, and we'll go from there. Factual breakdown, emailing you later, thank you. Yeah, and then I can work out what I want to do. But I've enjoyed these dailies. I try and get them for 2 o'clock, but it might be every now and again it will end up in a, when I've dropped off at an airport, I might end up coming on then. So there might be a slight variation. But if you're subscribed, you will get notification that I'm around. Or if not, just have a quick check anyway, and I'll always be here. It usually takes a minute before people start appearing and chatting and everything, and it works quite well. So I'm going to stop yakking. I'm going to go and recover my voice. Hopefully my car will be here soon. And I thank you all once again for joining me, and I will see you at 5 o'clock tomorrow for the Ask Me Anything live stream, and there'll be some more content after that too. So, as per usual, when I end the video, I will say to you, toodaloo.